Today I'm going to talk about Gayan Prageeth's painting Floating Rock. Gayan Prageeth was born in 1980 in Haryana, Sri Lanka. He is an internationally celebrated painter whose work explores politically charged ideas and issues directly related to Sri Lanka. Prageeth uses Japanese ink, acrylic paint, and rice paper to create his hazy and dark landscapes. His works are typically dark or black and white, but many include triangular-shaped pops of acrylic paint. Prageeth's work is mostly of landscapes that appear neglected or forgotten by time. Prageeth's painting Floating Rock is a departure from what we might consider his typical style. In the foreground, a large gray oval boulder is submerged about a quarter into a large body of blue water. The sky is a mix of misty watercolor-esque blues and greens. The scene is quizzical because the large boulder is floating. The series in which Floating Rock belongs to is called Extravagance. The series is motivated by what Prageeth considers to be the ritualized pageantry of Sri Lanka's political powers. Prageeth has expressed that Sri Lanka partakes in the festivities and celebrations of democracy with victory songs and moving speeches, but does not act on these promises. Instead, the illusion of change is delivered to the public through extravagant celebrations perpetuated by political maneuvering. Floating Rock is a calming and serene painting. The painting is dominated by cool blues, greens, and grays. The water is clear, some bubbles are present, but the water is clean enough to see the portion of the submerged boulder. The sky is a mixture of blues and greens, and it gives the impression that long, fluffy clouds are present in the sky. There is no sun, but the painting gives the impression of daytime. The boulder is textured with various grays. It is a pleasing oval shape and seemingly smooth. The boulder appears to float in the body of water as if the mass were completely empty. Given Prageeth's motivation behind the painting, Floating Rock represents some aspect of Sri Lanka's failure to keep political promises. I believe the boulder represents strength. It represents Sri Lanka's desire to be seen as stable. A boulder in reality is heavy. Perhaps this quality of the rock is meant to represent impenetrability. This could be seen as Sri Lanka's outward appearance, how it wishes to be seen by its people. In Floating Rock, the rock is not actually a rock. A rock is not hollow, nor does it float. It is a thing, in this case, perhaps a promise of political change, something that is heavy and weighted. But it is hollow, it floats, because although the rock may represent something real and heavy, it is only an illusion.